Here we are again. Here's a hole. This is us jumping down the hole.
Whee!
That was us jumping down the hole. Don't know what I brought a torch for. It's going to be in water soon.
Why not? That's how we got up there in the first place, if you remember.
I do, Gandalf.
Down again. There we go. Oh, there's an air thing there, yeah.
Maybe I should have picked up an air Reaver before I came down. Never mind. I can't remember how to get out of here.
I can't really tell where you are anymore. I don't think you... Like, try running that way. The way you're facing now, yes. Up here?
What do you mean up?
Look up. Thinking you came down here, so maybe you do need air to go forward. Is there not one in here somewhere?
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Oh no, is this the way forward?
It's a way forward. Ow. Demons are a sure sign of it.
I think there's an air fountain here, yeah, there, it's to the right.
Good job I went left then. Actually, it's quite interesting architecture here, isn't it?
Yeah, I think this is as strange as we've ever seen it. And it does really remind me of Tomb Raider, like the big set piece locations.
Yeah. Yikes. I should probably take these guys out as well. And finally, whee! Where now?
Just there?
There, right.
Oh, there's a fire one too. And there's a darkness one down there as well.
I'll get the fire one since it seems to be here quite suspiciously. It's just here just as I'm leaving.
And if we do need the air one, it's hardly a trek to go back and get it. Okay.
Wonder what he was looking at.
This is a little bit of a sort of a confusing location. I don't think it helps that it all kind of looks the same. There we go.
Does this mean I get a cutscene coming out rather than going in? Hey! Oh, I can't zap you in the eye with my telekinetic powers. Blip, 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 blip.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's just wanting you to go up.
He's tiny? compared to how he usually looks. He's tiny.
You did go into the past, to be fair.
Oh, yes, of course. It's
After going all the way into the future where he was huge.
You have failed me, Raziel.
I wonder, Old One, did you truly resurrect me, or were you simply there when I awakened from my torment in the abyss? I suspect you found me merely convenient, dropped in your lair by Kain, indestructible for some reason, a durable and gullible tool for you to manipulate. This one thing I readily admit. I have been used by others time and again, but always I seem to stray from their path. What is it about me, demon, that makes me such an unreliable instrument? Why do I survive one trial after another, on and on, in an endless succession of humiliating deaths and resurrections? It seems there is much more to my destiny and my history than I know. Perhaps more than you know as well.
So how many symbols are there? Do we have them all?
Well, let's have a look. That's wind. That is sunshine, fire, triangle power. It's a very important one.
Darkness.
Darkness.
Something.
Mystery. Mystery. It's clearly water. That's it. So yeah, there's some we don't have. I'm not sure if they're even in this game.
Okay.
Very short conversation with the Elder God. I think we can call him the Elder God now.
Mr. Tentacles is what I prefer.
Okay.
But yes, he looks very small in this one. I'm surprised we never meet him and he doesn't go, "Who the hell are you?"
Yeah, because we're time traveling. But as he says, he is rather omnipresent, so maybe that's why. Oh yes, I remember where we are. Of course, because we have to go through here to get to the Sarafan Keep.
Yeah, we're going right back to the beginning.
Strange that. You never expect stories to come full circle.
Wait, what?
You know what that is?
Nothing? I think it's just part of the set dressing.
It's like a window.
It's
Oh, go
supposed
away.
to sort of look like a natural cave.
Uh-huh.
We're getting there. Oh, you're being chased by a lot of things.
As long as I can open the door, I don't care. Can we actually go outside? Ow.
I guess so.
They don't seem to be moving very well.
No, I'm assuming they're not supposed to then.
I've totally locked them out. Ha! Okay, sorry. I'll stop dicking around. Oh, okay, they're all over the place. Never mind. Here I am thinking I've achieved something interesting. I know.
It's interesting of a sort.
It's interesting in a not interesting way.
What a fool.
Okay, jeez.
It's not the fact that they're demons that bothers me. It's not even the fact that they hit me, it's the mean words.
So is this the youngest pillars we've seen? Or are we not before Kain was born? Because obviously we were here when Kain was born.
They're all good.
We're kind of just over there, chilling. Oh, this is going to be awkward because you're about to die.
Yep.
Yeah. But there are
I'm
souls.
hoping I can get a soul before... No.
No.
Actually, where's the force field
It's
gone?
behind the pillars.
No, I mean the force field that stops me from leaving.
It is there. I think it just changes colour when you're in this world. Stand behind a pillar and suck souls. There you go. Get it.
I was more getting at I can't see a force field on the way out, but then I can't see one now. It's probably just not there.
It's 2 down. Oh yeah, there is a force field up there.
That probably just wasn't close enough for it to manifest.
Can you actually open the doors?
I'm just going to have a quick look at the pillars again. You don't see them very often.
We've seen them like 4 times in this game, I think.
No, but you don't see them that often and in pristine condition.
That's cool, admittedly.
Yeah.
Covered in dead vampires, yeah.
He always has to open them fully. He's like me with double doors.
Return to hell!
Bite me. Especially you. I mean, fight me. Not bite me.
There's a
Biting would
font
be
up
inappropriate
there.
with the vampire subplot. I suspect I'm going to need that, so
It's down, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I suppose that's for coming back.
Although that's where I came from. But now I can get back up there, should I need to.
It's jumping down the water and going to the left.
Something to make sure I hit that.
Yeah, yeah. This is the way, yeah.
Ow. How about to free your soul instead?
Fire font.
I like that because I like the lighting effect.
It is nice, admittedly. Bob and weave, otherwise they're going to hit you, I suspect.
Deserved it. Actually, I'm thinking what I probably want is light.
I think there's a light and a dark right outside here.
Because I have to hit that hard crystal. Oh,
Yes,
that's really
I
pretty.
believe it's one of the ones over there, but I'm not convinced you actually do need the light one. It's not going to be able to open.
Because of the ice. Unless...
Do it. Do it.
Save it. I'll do it after I've saved it. Well, it's cool. You could just walk on it. I doubt there's anywhere extra to get to.
I don't think there is, no.
That's the terrible shame about the game being on the linear side, because it's like if this was Soul Reaver, I would expect to be able to get to new sort of places from here.
But we've been there and we've been...
You can't, can you? There's not even a hole in the ice, I don't think, so you can sneak under.
Is that just to be able to open it?
Oh, wow. Sorry, I thought it would be like, let me under the river, but no, it's just solid ice all the way down.
Well, I suppose this isn't actually a river, it's just a pool. Because admittedly, like...
A moat, perhaps?
I think it's supposed to be that, like, moving water can't freeze through, but, like, obviously if it's a still water... I think you go around the other side, actually.
It's this way, isn't it?
You can certainly try.
Oh, is it not this way? Yeah, I thought it was up there. Love the combat in this game. So fun. Let's try that again. Yeah, I thought you could go this way.
I think you can do it the other side too, but maybe I'm wrong. Hey, don't linger, because there's still people who want to shoot you to death.
There's one.
And you are one shot away from being back in the other realm.
Go away! You suck!
Come on, just get in.
Get in!
Because they do shut behind you, I believe.
Oh, so unhealthy.
Seize him.
Never mind seize him. What about seize him?
Oof. The other side is the way forward.
They didn't.
I was just thinking, can I
I'm
hit
still
you
gonna die.
underwater? Run!
Oh! Oh! Oh well. Easy come, easy go.
Assuming part of the problem with the combat that it always looks like it doesn't help is that your Reaver is shorter.
Yeah, I said that at the beginning.
Yeah.
It's also that it's too high. I mean, look how often that was just sweeping over that enemy. Where's the changey portal?
Probably just further in. Back once again.
With the Renegade Master. Well, there's no way through. We'll have to go and find a different port.
That's a bit tiresome, because I suspect you're going to have to redo the door if you go out.
Oh. There should just be one over there, really.
Ah!
Oh.
Okay, and then up and out. And run.
She ran as soon as I came out of the water, which, to be fair, I would if I saw me coming out of the water like that.
Yeah, I was thinking it would have to give you a way to become corporeal, because it's like the door shuts.
Exactly, yeah.
Leave me alone. I'm just going about my business.
Seize him!
You have to fight them. Do you want to pick up a sword, or are you good?
Oh, I'm good.
Okay.
Suddenly and inexplicably, I discovered the Reaver suspiciously laid across my path. Again, I sensed nothing of that temporal distortion, the peculiar sense of displacement I had felt when I encountered the Reaver in William's chapel. Cornered here with the blade, I suffered the same nameless dread that I had experienced when Janos first presented the Reaver to me. I felt at once repelled by the blade, and yet overwhelmingly compelled to seize it.
So, Raziel, here we are, finally. You have no choice but to confront me now, and I am not so foolish as I've let you believe. We have business to conclude.
You knew I would lead the Seraphim to Janos, you vile bastard. You've been orchestrating my every move. My destiny is an amusement to you.
It was fun while it lasted. I think not, Raziel. Malik, do not let this creature leave. He poses a danger to the Circle. Poor, deluded Raziel. Did you somehow imagine you had the guile to change history on me? I'm the Time Streamer. I knew your every intention before you did, you imbecile.
Lord Mobius, there is trouble within. The Circle is under
Hold
attack.
fast, Malik. This one is the real danger to us.
What are you trying to concoct here, Mobius?
You toxic creature. Did you imagine I'd simply allow you to run loose? Corrupting everything you encounter.
I admit that I've underestimated you to this point, Mobius. It's a mistake I won't repeat.
Wrong again, Raziel. Now, Malik, bolt the door.
Using his staff to disable my Wraithblade, Mobius effectively disarmed me, leaving me with only one choice of weapon. And yet I confess, it was not the lack of options, but blind rage that made me take up the Reaver. In my fury, it felt as though my hand had acted of its own will. And now, that same hand clutched the hilt with unyielding strength, and I felt a constrained tingling, a remote but palpable sense of longing, as the disabled Wraithblade tried vainly to embrace its physical twin.
So, couple of interesting things there. All the way back to Blood Omen, the opening sequence where the Circle is being slaughtered by Vorador.
Malik!
And you recognise that Malik line. So it's interesting in that we were the cause of Malik coming late to rescue the Circle.
Sort of, because obviously it's Mobius's fault. But
Well, it's
yeah.
Mobius's fault. But yes, it was because we were there
Yeah.
as Raziel. And then the other interesting thing is that it gives a reason why Vorador slaughters them all. Because why does Vorador come and slaughter the Circle?
Because Janos has been
Because they
murdered.
killed
Yeah.
Janos.
Which is
So it's
why-
interesting, yeah.
Yeah, because no, I was thinking because Janos said Vorador won't forgive them because of the stuff they've done. It's like, but that was before they'd murdered him.
Yeah. So they murder Janos, and Vorador comes and kills the Circle of Nine.
Yeah, but we only have the one way we can go. With a real soul Reaver.
Back to hell with you!
I recognize these two as my former brethren, in life as Sarafan, and in unlife as Kain's vampire sons. Melchiah and Zephon, the weakest of Kain's brood. These bastards had no idea what future lay in store for them, how they would become the very thing they so despised. The Reaver hummed with ravenous anticipation. Janos had called it a vampiric blade, endowed with the power to drain its victims of their lifeblood. I was eager to see what the Reaver would do to these two.
It's a good thing that they were waiting while you were soliloquying in your head. Also, I can't help but think, it feels a bit ironic that you're like complaining about Kain defiling you and all of your brothers. It's like you're the one who murdered all of your brothers.
In the first place, yeah.
And I'm thinking, yourself maybe?
The funny thing is that the Reaver is actually an awful weapon. Thank goodness we're invincible.
Oh, we are invincible.
Well, look how often I'm hitting them compared to them hitting me. The Reaver is not only awful, but also combined with the sort of naff combat in the first place, it's like, it's a nightmare. And yes, you can see the Reaver drinking their blood. I don't know if you've noticed, it's quite a subtle effect.
Yeah, you can sort of see it sort of cloud. Sort of almost a little bit like the effect that was in the first Blood Omen. So I don't know if they wanted to imagine this as some sort of epic battle between you and your brothers, but yeah, with an awkward combat system, it doesn't work. Melchiah and Zephon, though.
Yeah.
It's the second time you've had to kill them.
This one's easier. Well, only because I'm invincible.
As Melchiah and Zephon fell before my blade, I felt the Reaver's bloodthirst as keenly as I ever had when I was still a vampire. I could sense the boundary between us dissolving. The Reaver was consumed with my rage, and I was intoxicated by its bloodlust. The blade had a vitalizing effect on me. My physical energy no longer decayed over time, and the wounds inflicted by my foes healed almost instantly. The Reaver had made me invincible.
Not bad.
What's this door, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have you come to reclaim the monster's black heart?
You'll have to get to us first.
My former brethren, Duma and Rahab, confronted me next. This all seemed so elegantly choreographed. Exhilarated by the Reaver, I was drunk with revelations. I could finally appreciate the delicious irony of Kain's blasphemous private joke, and I reveled as I colluded with him across the centuries. For it was I who put these bastards in their tomb, thus providing the corpses for Kain to raise as his vampire sons a millennium from now.
I was waiting for him to say how ironic at some point.
Actually, I think he does say that in the next game.
Oh, they're so annoying. Can you get behind him somehow?
Yeah, I mean, you can sort of run around. I mean, some people would say, you know, it's just because you're bad at the game. And to an extent, I am bad at the game, but I'm bad at the game because the combat's so horrible.
I mean, is there only a hit? There's no block, there's no strafe?
Oh no, there's block. The problem is that by the time you sort of block and then attack back, they can have recovered and it's not really, they don't fall into patterns. There's this tactic, which I call the poke them in the eye tactic.
I see.
Yeah, poke them, poke them, poke them, poke them, poke them. But yeah, it's just, the combat sucks. It's just a thing. Because I love the combat in the PlayStation 1. It's so fun.
I suppose they must have felt like they had to change something about the game. Which I never understand, but...
Actually, I'm not sure why the combat's terrible. I wonder if it is just because they didn't know how to make it good, or... Let's go through.
Get back to the pit you crawled from, demon.
And here at last was my brother Turel, who along with Duma would bear me into the abyss without questioning Kain's command. So dutiful and righteous, even as a vampire. I guess some habits die hard. The vampire Turel had eluded my vengeance. The Sarafan Turel would not.
It's a lot easier because he's not paired.
Admittedly, you don't have the short range one and the long range one together.
Seems you can sort of dodge around them, but it doesn't actually help that much anyway.
Just seems to be once you can start hitting them, try and hit them as much as you can, yeah.
Doing this move to juggle them is sometimes quite effective. But again, you can sort of... Wow, okay, yeah, can I just run around here a bit? Yeah. Oh, that just doesn't seem to work with them. Yeah, it's just... It's awful. You don't really play this for the combat though, to be fair.
And we're back here, so that would be where his coffin is if it was there, but it's not now.
Well, because this is before those events.
Kain's being born, so
Let's,
yeah. There's a light and a dark,
Reaver.
yeah.
Oh wait, it's a Reaver.
It's a real Reaver, yeah, I suppose.
Although for some reason...
Yeah, you can do the sound. Okay.
So, vampire, here we are. You've destroyed my brethren, and now you've come for me. You'll find I'm not such easy prey. I don't want to kill you, but I will if I must. Return the heart to me, and we can end this now. So, you've come to avenge that filthy parasite and reclaim his foul heart. You're a righteous fiend, aren't you? Apparently I am. No, vampire. This is where it ends. But you won't be leaving this room. Now, let's finish this. I'll make it mercifully quick. As you did for Janos? No, that beast had eluded us for far too long. It would have been a shame to end him too quickly. It's ironic, really. The great Janos Ordrin turned out to be no challenge at all. Thanks to you. Did you hear his cowardly screams when I tore that black heart out of his carcass?
Oh, the things. So I quite like the Ouroboros you're over, because you're fighting each other. He has wing pauldrons as well, I don't know if you've noticed. Yeah. Same as I quite like that you clearly think you are an asshole yourself, because you are. Oh, Raziel, stop hitting yourself. That works quite well.
It does. You have to use different tactics for all of them, and you can sort of get around it just by poking you with his sword.
And he's doing that sort of charged attack.
Because there isn't really one guaranteed way of doing it, so actually the most effective method is sort of mashing it and figuring stuff out as you go along and just kind of hitting things, doing that occasionally. Sometimes it doesn't work depending on which chain of motion he's in. And it's like, you can see actually when I do dodge to the side, it's like the tracking is almost instant. Sidestep does seem to work with him a bit better than the others.
I'm thinking it might not help that you're sort of stuck in the edge of the room.
Ooh, I like how he just stalks after you.
Well, why would he run? Also, to be fair, I don't think you run in that kind of armour.
Hot Raziel on Raziel action though.
He does hurt you quite a bit when he's able to land a blow, but then yeah, you recover it literally right away.
I renounce you. And so it ends. My history comes full circle. Sensing its twin, the Wraithblade uncoiled itself from me, and instead wound lovingly around its former self. I felt its grip loosen, and as the blade left me, its absence chilled me more than its presence ever had. A foreboding sense of emptiness and loss stole over me, and a terrible revelation gathered like a storm at the edge of my awareness. With all other foes exhausted, the conjoined blades turned themselves on me, and I realized, finally, why I had sensed nothing when Janos offered me the blade. The Reaver was never forged to be a soul-stealing weapon. The ravenous, soul-devouring entity trapped in the blade was, and always had been, me. This is why the blade was destroyed when Kain tried to strike me down. The Reaver could not devour its own soul. The paradox shattered the blade. So, this was my terrible destiny. to play out this purgatorial cycle for all eternity. I could not bear it. Despair overwhelmed me. You. Are you enjoying this game? Don't fight it, Raziel. Give into it. Was this your destiny for me all along? Trust me. I felt myself weakening, unable to hold on any longer. The Reaver was too strong. The compulsion to simply let go, too great. And then, a growing sense of vertigo and the familiar displacement. The paradoxical moment when my twin soul hovered both outside and inside the Reaver blade. This was the instant, the glimmer of temporal distortion Kain had been counting on all along. This was the edge of the coin, the minute flicker of probability upon which Kain had gambled everything.
Now you are free to reclaim your true destiny, Raziel.
Behind Kain's eyes, I could see new memories blooming and dying as history labored to reshuffle itself around this monumental obstruction. And I could see by the dawning horror on his face that perhaps we had strained history too far this time. That by trying to alter my fate, he may have introduced a fatal paradox.
My God. The Hilden. We walked right into their trap. Raziel, Janos must stay dead.
But Kain's warning was lost as I slipped into the spirit realm, too weak to maintain my physical form. And there, waiting for me as always, was the Reaver, the Wraithblade, my own soul, twinned and bound eternally to me. And I realized that I could never escape my terrible destiny. I had merely postponed it. History abhors a paradox.